Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing okay out there. I have another jazz record review today that I'm excited about, that I think I kind of slipped under the radar for a lot of people. You didn't see a whole lot about it when it came out in 2019, but I finally picked up the Stan Getz at the Gate from the Village Gate, which was from November 26, 1961. And this I've had on CD for some time. I really like this a lot. It's probably one of my favorite Stan Getz records. I like live jazz recordings, and this is wonderful. I just picked this up, so I'm going to do a needle drop on this for you guys and talk a little bit about the album. Of course, Stan Getz is probably most well known for that bossa nova craze. The Girl from Ipanema, those couple of bossa nova records that he released and became very popular for, and that happened right after this was recorded, which is why some speculated it was never released, because this was professionally recorded when he was at Verve, and it was never released until 2019. Now, it doesn't say what the source is from this. Of course, they were recorded analog tape. This was mastered by a guy named Seth Foster, and 3 LPs. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the needle on, talk a little bit about. You have a great lineup: Stan Getz on tenor saxophone, Steve Kuhn on piano, John Neves on bass, and the great Roy Haynes on drums. And this is just driving hard bop. And to me, this is just fantastic. The playing on here is intense. To me, this is just what makes jazz enjoyable to listen to. This is right down my alley as far as, traditional jazz goes. So I'm going to put on the first record, and these are what they look like. I had to put them in my own sleeves because they came in black paper sleeves. So I took those out of that. Of course, I don't like the paper sleeves, and put them in these Hudson Hi-Fi sleeves, which I do like, and they're reasonably priced, and they're pretty good quality. So I'm going to give this just a quick wipe off, even though it should be clean here. And I'm going to put on the side one, and let's go ahead and have a spray this off. So this album was recorded not long after he returns to America after spending like 3 years in Denmark. And as I said, his career would kind of take would make a big change when he started going in the bossa nova direction. And those 2 albums that came out, those bossa nova albums, would kind of define him for the rest of his career in a sense. But I like this era of Stan Getz, and I think that this is, again, one of my favorites records. And I was in the record store the other day, and they had one in there, and I wanted to get it a couple of years ago, and they kind of disappeared. I could have got it online, but it was like 38 bucks in the record store. And so for 3 records, and again, I really like this album. So let's drop it on and have a listen. See what you guys think. Leave your comments of what you think about Stan Getz, and if you have any experience with this 3 record set. Nice gatefold. Great songs. it on the RT85 with the Ornifon Blue. Shit mighty preamp into Yamaha HS8 speakers. Well recorded. The mix is nice. You can hear everything clean. Maybe not the warmest sound, but certainly not sterile sounding or digital sounding. It sounds nice. But the playing on it is phenomenal. I recommend it. Vinyl's quiet, flat. This band here at this particular point in time is a pretty well-oiled machine. These guys are firing on all cylinders, in my opinion. This very intense. This is a Cole Porter tune here. It's all right with me. So his big albums would be Jazz Samba and Getz Gilberto, which would be those Bossa Nova albums. But to me, this is my favorite era of Getz right here. This to me is the intense playing, and I just love it. And like I said, I've had the CD for a long time, so I knew what I was getting when I bought the record. I love it. I recommend it. If you want to get into Stan Getz and you want that traditional jazz, this is fantastic. Yes, I highly recommend this. And if you're not familiar with Getz, of course, he died at fairly young, at age of 64, 1991. But I don't think he's kind of underrated, and he's kind of, again, his reputation grows from that Bossa Nova period. But this to me is just among my favorite Stan Getz stuff, his early stuff. You know, he started playing in the late 40s. Listen to this. Roy Haynes. Yeah. So all that mid-50s stuff, I dig. Early 60s. Yeah, so sorry, I just get into the music, and to me this is just straight ahead jazz, and for those that like this, I think you'll dig this record. It's a great live album, and I highly recommend it. All right, folks, thanks for joining me for another record review. I love dropping the needle on these records for you guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Leave your comments and let me know, what your thoughts on this particular album, if you heard it, or what you like of Stan Getz, or what your favorite Stan Getz record is. Now, he's got an extensive discography, which I am not that familiar with all of his music. I've heard quite a bit of it, but he's got an extensive discography. So among the recordings that I've heard, this is probably my favorite. So, but if you have one that you like, let me know, because I like to check out some more of the stuff, especially if it's from the mid to late 50s, early 60s. Let me know. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. We'll see you on the next video. I got another cool record coming up for it that just came out. Bill Evans, Momentum. So I'm going to be doing that review for you guys next. Take care.